What's going on, guys? It's Rafi, and today's topic is a fun one. It's about exercise, something that I speak a lot about, the benefits of it. But what I want to highlight today is a very specific thing I've noticed a lot of people doing in the gyms, and even within CrossFit community. I see this a lot. I see it in the gym. I see it everywhere. And that is when someone sees a workout or thinks of a workout that looks difficult, or a movement that looks difficult, they just simply skip it. I'll give you an example. Let's just say it's a CrossFit workout of the day, and the workout involves a 400-meter run in between the other movements. I've seen a lot of people choose to do a biking machine instead of running. They never run. They always choose the bike. Why? Even if you can't run, or you think it's going to slow you down, just run anyway. Run shorter, run less, run slower. But why always doing the same thing? And why are we always avoiding the exercises that seem difficult? Why not try the movement? Go lighter on the weight. If you don't think you can do a handstand push-up, which I can't do that, okay, no problem. Do a pike push-up off of a box. Do a wall walk if you can't do a handstand walk. But try to engage those same muscles and try your best to go through the movement. Even if you can't do the whole movement, get as much of it in as you can. Because all of fitness, at least the way I look at it, a majority of it at least, it really comes down to ADLs, activities of daily living. Can you do the things that's required in life? And that is movement. And you need to be able to move in all different types of ways. And to do that, you need to have a variety of exercises. And so what that also means is do not repeat the same workout. I see so many people go into gym, they do the same shit all the time. They go in there, they grab a dumbbell, they go like this. This is their workout. Then they get a bench press, those bro movements. They just go like this. And then they get up on the elliptical and they do this, and that's it. Over and over and over. It's kind of useless, right? You're working the same muscles. There's so many muscles in our body. And bench press is a good workout. It is a compound movement. But curls? What the hell? If you're doing a curl, you do a curl for 30 minutes, you're just working out one little muscle, your bicep. What about your triceps? What about this other one right here? All these different things. So you really need to do, first of all, functional movements, compound body movement stuff, like bench press is one good example. But you also need to do squats, deadlifts. You need to do push-ups, pull-ups. You need to do calisthenics, for example. I do a lot of stuff off the bar, pull-ups. I do, ring rows. I get up on the ring. I do different types of rotations on it. I sprint. For example, I play basketball. I'm going to be playing full court basketball this whole winter. I'm running the marathon. I do jiu-jitsu. I do yoga. I'm not doing just one thing. I'm not just a weightlifter. I'm not just a CrossFitter. I'm not just a runner. I'm not a martial artist. I am none of those things, and I'm all of those things. You have to be, because longevity is all about movement and being able to do the things when you get old that you did when you were young. And in order to do that, I need to be doing those things. Like if you want to play full court basketball in your 70s, you need to be playing full court basketball in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and then your 70s. If you want to be a CrossFitter in your 70s, you got to be a CrossFitter in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and then into your 70s and 80s. You can't expect that when you get old, you're going to be doing something and you haven't been doing it your whole life. And so many people are just so siloed into one type of workout. They just do one thing. Weightlifters only lift weights. Bodybuilders only do bodybuilding. CrossFitters only do CrossFit. Runners only run. I hardly ever see people doing cross trainings of this different types. I don't see the marathoner doing sprints. I don't see the sprinter doing CrossFit. I don't see the CrossFit doing powerlifting. I don't see the power lifter running. I don't see the, power lifter playing basketball. I don't see the basketball in the CrossFit gym. Like, why not? And I see none of these people in the yoga gym. And sure enough, you're not going to see the yogi inside of the CrossFit gym. Why not? Those are all different areas of fitness. You can be fit as shit and be the best yogi and most flexible person, but you can't pick up a 20-pound dumbbell. What's the point? You can't squat down and pick up an object off the ground. What's the point? You can lift 400 pounds, but you can't bend down and touch your toes. What's the point? You can dunk a basketball, but you can't, I don't know, run a marathon. What's the point? So I would say, for me, what I'm trying to do, and again, I am not by any means an expert at this, or somehow I have achieved this physique or greatness or extra, none of this shit. Like, I'm not even that fit, to be honest with you guys. But I try my best to be as varied in my fitness as I possibly can. Same thing with my life, same thing with my diet. It is all about variety, and it is all about different types of experience and not repeating the same thing. Trust me, if you apply this principle of variety in your life, whether it comes to people, whether it comes to experiences, whether it comes to workouts, whether it comes to anything, variety, diet, everything, variety almost always wins. I'm telling you, it is the biggest hack in life. Variety, another biggest hack in life, is a law of averages. You ask enough people, someone's always going to say yes. You just have to ask more people. If you take those two things in life, you're going to immediately, from tomorrow, see a massive change in your life. Everything. You're suddenly going to feel like a brand new person. The same city you've been living in, all of a sudden is going to feel like a brand new city. The same workout you've been doing, the same gym you've been going to, it's going to feel totally new. Just apply the principle of variety. It really needs to be a scientific principle. I feel like, I don't know why it's not. People have the Pareto rule or whatever, 80-20, they have all these things. But how come there's not a principle of variety? It's one of the most powerful principles in life. Just be varied. Never get to a situation where you can predict what's going to happen to you tomorrow. Always leave it unpredictable. And that way, life is very exciting and it's very fun. Obviously, I just rambled for 10 minutes for no reason about variety, but main point back to home is that you need to have variety in your fitness. You cannot just do one thing. Like, I will never be just a runner. I will never be playing basketball. I will never be just a CrossFitter. I'm never going to be a powerlifter. You're not going to see me in the yoga studio every day, but you're going to see me in all those different places throughout my lifetime. And as I complete one goal after another, I'm going to take on the next challenge and the next challenge and the next challenge. For example, right now this winter, my goal is basketball and CrossFit. I'm going to combine those two things. I'm going to have a great winter, and I'm going to do yoga at least twice a week. Straightforward. After basketball, I get pretty decent at that. I'm going to switch back and do jiu-jitsu again and try to go for my black belt in that. It's going to take some time, but it's a goal to work towards. So have variety. Have variety, and if you want to be old as shit and be able to do all the things that you're doing right now in your, I don't know how old you are, most of you guys are young as hell, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you need to build that foundation by doing those activities today. Even if you can't do it all the way fully with how much weight as you possibly can, you need to still go through the movements. You need to go through the movements to get your body and your muscles used to those things. I am 34, about to be 34 next month. I have absolutely no intentions of slowing down anything until my 80s. Nothing. At 80s is the first time I'm going to see a slowdown in my life. And I know that for a fact. 90s, I might slow down a little bit more. 100s, maybe. And I'm pretty sure if I keep up what I'm doing, I'm going to make it well past the 100s. And also, just FYI, according to a lot of longevity research out there, because of the way our medical advances are happening, every year that you stay alive automatically adds a few additional extra months of life to your life. So it is to your advantage to stay alive longer. And the longer you live, the more you're gonna live. So a lot of us will make it to our 100s. Some of us will make it to our 110s and even 20s. I'm sure some of us will make it into our 130s by the time I become 100. That will be a thing. So why not you? Why the fuck not you? Get serious. Life and health is the only asset that you have. Money, fame, all these different things, doesn't matter. If you're not here, none of that shit matters. You need to take your health seriously. That is the only asset that you have, and it is a limited asset, and it is an asset that needs to be maximized at every given moment. Rafi Chaudhry, signing out.